What's up, guys? So I have here a 1999 TDI Beetle that I bought as a beater. 40 miles to a gallon, just something to drive back and forth to work and beat around. It's middle of winter. This car has very poor heat, so it is blowing hot air once it warms up, but it's barely lukewarm. And when it's 20 degrees out, that doesn't quite cut it. So I'm going to show you what the most typical concern is if you're having this issue, if the car is warming up and you have warm air blowing, but it's not hot. Okay. A sign that you have this issue is seeing this type of material, this type of foam blowing out of your vents. And this is getting typical in these cars because they're getting older. The Jettas are designed like this. The Beetles are designed like this. And what's happening is this material here that I have on the floor, that some of this that was left in there that I've picked out, is coming off of the blend door that actually switches between hot and cold. Okay. Now on a Jetta, this isn't too bad to access because you can take the center console out of the Jetta and there's a few less pieces and you can access the front of the HVAC box. On a Beetle, it's a little more difficult because this dashboard in this car is a lot more complicating. The center console doesn't actually come out. This is what's left in here is still part of the actual dash pad itself. So I found that you can get it out to access these blend doors, but you're gonna have to modify a few things, and it's a little bit of work. So what we're trying to get off is this piece right here, that box. Okay. So after you take out the glove box, and after you take out the kick panel underneath the steering wheel, you take out the radio. I'll have to take out the center console to get this lower trim piece out. Okay, and this is all just Torx bit screws, T25s. And you're going to have to take out this top cover on the passenger side. Okay, I have the driver's side out, but that's not necessary for what we're doing here, okay? And the reason we got to take all this apart is that this is not designed to come out of this car with the dashboard in. So the first thing we're going to have to do is down here, this tab. Right here. Okay, this has it has a 180-degree hook on it from the factory right here. It hooks the bottom of the HVAC box back here. What we need to do is cut that hook off. Okay, so you just want it flat on the bottom here like mine is now. I've already done that. And then when we put this back together, instead of it hooking, we're just going to run a screw here into the tab that it sets on. Okay, we're going to use a little sealer to make sure it seals up. The other thing we need to access that's very difficult is up top. Okay, so if you look in to this access hole right here, it's very hard to see. But you see toward the middle, kind of the middle of the screen to the left at the very bottom, you see that kind of tab sticking up. The piece we're trying to get off has another hook that hooks onto that tab. So after you modify the lower tab, you're going to come up here and you're going to reach your hand in through this hole and you're going to pull up on that tab. That tab is already missing on mine because I pulled it up. They're very brittle because the cars are old. So it's probably going to break off when you do that, but that's okay. Once we get the screw in the bottom one and we have everything reassembled, that's going to stay in place like it's supposed to. The reason we're doing all this is to access the blend doors, and I'll show you what they look like. So this will be stuck up in place. You're going to take some prying and you'll pry this out. Okay, after you've taken care of those two tabs, this will come out. Okay, that other tab would be right here. That's the top tab. And this is the lower tab, where it no longer has the 180-degree hook on it. And what we're after is that right there. Okay. That is the blend door that switches between hot and cold. So it redirects the air coming into the car after it goes past the blower motor and either makes it go past the heater core or the AC evaporator. Okay. So this door moves back and forth when you change from heat to cold. Now the foam that's blowing out of your vents typically covers all these holes that are in this door. But as you can see, this door is not doing any good without the foam because the air is not being redirected. It can flow freely through these holes. Okay. So what we're going to use, or what I prefer to use for this, is HVAC ducting tape. It's an aluminum foil tape. It's heat resistant, so it's going to work well in this application. And it's the adhesive on this is very sticky. You won't have to worry about this type of thing peeling. You could probably use duct tape if you wanted to. I prefer this type of foil duct tape. While you're in here, you're probably going to find that the door for the controls for your footwell heating is also going to be missing the foam. Mine was missing most of it. Some of it was still laying in there, and I just pulled this out. Get as much of that out as you can. You can see there's still some laying in the bottom there. I'll vacuum that out before I'm finished, but I'm going to take the foil tape, I'm going to cover all the holes. I'm going to layer it on both of these blend doors. And once I do that, they'll be able to function like they should again. And then we'll be able to put everything back together and have more than just lukewarm heat. It'll blow hot like it should. If you have any questions, please let me know. If the video was helpful, please subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.